Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a plan with me video and it is for the last month of 2024. I can't believe how quick time flies, and I look at my initial goals of the year and realize that I have not been the best at keeping up with them. And yet here we are. And so in the last month, I will do my best to achieve whatever I can that is remaining of my initial yearly goals. Recently, I have a liking towards having a border on my bullet journal pages because it feels that it is keeping everything well contained. And for this month, I am choosing a red brush pen to draw the borders because that just suits the Christmas theme. Next, I'm decorating the borders of the calendar section. Initially, I was hesitating on whether I should do a Christmas theme or should I do something else, but eventually I feel like going for the festive spirit. But of course, I didn't want my bullet journal theme just to be a Christmas one, and so I eventually decided to go for a Christmas in the Science Lab theme, which will explain eventually the scientific motifs that I have around the pages. Now I am writing the days of the week. I am writing them in Japanese as I am currently studying Japanese and would like to be familiarized with how to pronounce and identify the days of the week in that language. Now I am setting up my weekly intentions block of the page. The goal of this block is for me to set intentions for every week so I have something to anchor onto as I progress throughout the week. This block next to it is called the Weekly Creatives. It is a section where I record what creative endeavors I have carried out during the week, and it is an accountability set up for me to make sure that I am doing something that fills my cup every week so that I don't burn out too easily. If you have heard of the dopamine menu concept, this is something that is similar to that. The difference is that my weekly creative section is not just a menu, it is an accountability system where I need to fill in what I've done for the week. However, I still like the idea of having a dopamine menu, and I am thinking of switching up my weekly creative section to something like a weekly dopamine fill up kind of thing. If you have any ideas for the naming, you can leave them down in the comments below. And just in case if anyone can't recognize what I'm drawing here, it is a test tube with a solution and 2 little presents soaked in it, something to mix up the science and Christmas concepts. Up here is my courses and self-study section. It is a section where I input my self-studying goals or self-improvement goals for the month and making sure that I at least make some progress on them. I know that December is going to be a holiday type of month where there are lots of festivals and gatherings, so I am not going to hold myself too tight to complete my self-study goals in this month. Next, I am drawing a Christmas tree with an atom on the top as a star and having the tree body resembling the DNA double helix structure. I did not come up with this idea myself, however, I did find it while I did a quick Google search on Christmas and science online. On the bottom right hand corner, I am drawing a snow globe. And the item inside the snow globe, it would be something related to science. Halfway drawing this, I realized that the item resembled a Ferris wheel or the Umbrella Corporation logo. However, it is actually the Large Hadron Collider from the European Organization for Nuclear Research. In case anyone is wondering, the Large Hadron Collider is not something to study nuclear weapons. It is a particle collider for scientists to study the subatomic particles in the field of quantum physics. I have been in awe of this physics experiment since I first learned about it, and therefore in the page of my bullet journal where there are science themes, I would like to have it as a little decoration on the side. Now to top the page off, I am drawing some hanging star decorations. Next, it's time to decorate my brain dump pages. My bullet journal setup does not have a weekly setup because I do not use them consistent enough for me to have a weekly layout. So rather, I go with a brain dump kind of setup for me to input whatever notes or whatever to-do list I have all throughout the pages so that I do not waste pages. On this side of the page, I am drawing a science lab setup. This might be familiar to those of us who took science in high school or in uni. The items on the shelf here are meant to be the bottles and tubs of chemicals that we use in science experiments. However, as this is a Christmas theme page, I have decided to use Christmas motifs as decorations on the bottles and tubs instead. Here I am filling in the color for the leaves which the Christmas bubbles are hanging from. The picture on the first bubble is a pestle and mortar, which signifies the pharmacy practice. The picture on the second bubble is a swab of bacteria on an agar plate, which is something that you might find in a microbiology lab. On the third bubble is a sheet of tablets. On the fourth bubble, it is an old-time weighing scale, which is used by the chemist to weigh out the ingredients of a medication. And on the last bubble, it is a picture of a microscope, which can be found in a lot of science labs. Ideally, I would like to fill up my page with my brush pens as they are high in saturation and the colors do pop. However, I do not have that much of a selection with the colors I have, and so I use my color pencils to fill in the remaining colors that I needed to fill in on the rest of the page. That's all for my December spread. I hope this video gave you some inspiration, and thank you for watching until the end. I wish you Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Until then, goodbye. See you in the next one.